The state is characterized by green open spaces, covered bridges, and small town charm. Yes, that's Vermont. For many, this state has become a peaceful retreat. Yet this idyllic state is not without its own set of problems either. And I am going to list a couple of reasons that make it not ideal for everyone. Let's get started. One of the first challenges to deal in Vermont is the notorious mud season. It happens every spring when the snow is starting to melt. You might assume blooming flowers and warm weather when spring starts. But here, it's an extremely messy and frustrating season for many. While the melting snow, combined with rain, turns dirt roads and trails into thick, impassable sludge. For those who live in the countryside, this means chronic disconnection from easy access to certain roads or properties for weeks. The cars often get stuck, and walking anywhere requires boots for wading through the muck. During a time of the year, the task of running even the most mundane errands becomes an agony. The length of this season is the snow starts melting in late March or early April and ending in early June, with all its severity. It tends to be overwhelming and frustrating for anyone who is not accustomed to this annual transition. Then again, there are the notorious, extremely prolonged and intense winters in Vermont. As much as the winter is a time for joy and fun, mostly for those who enjoy skiing or snowshoeing. But living the reality of these 6 months is very different from the fantasy. Winters are extremely cold with daytime temperatures often far below zero, while heavy snowfalls make life hard in general. The state averages 60 to 80 inches of snow every winter. Here, clearing out snow daily becomes a part of life. Driveways are shoveled, and you have to clear roofs. With heavy snowfall, the countryside can often turn into an impassable area. This is especially so with roads, which can be so slippery, thus making driving hazardous. Besides, winter sunsets very early, for sometimes as little as 8 hours a day. This prolonged darkness, in addition to freezing temperatures, results in sadness and depression. I think it's a good enough reason for people who do not like cold to reconsider their decision to move to this state. Part of Vermont's beauty is in its rural character. There's no doubt about that. But that brings with it a certain sense of isolation. Many towns here are small, with populations numbering only in the hundreds, and the homes can be miles apart. While that may be the ultimate peace and quiet from hustle and bustle for some, others find this isolation deeply lonely. There is a big difference in social life and access to convenience. Grocery stores, medical facilities, and even gas stations can be quite a drive away. Its countryside lifestyle can also mean fewer job opportunities close to home. This usually means long drives. Taking about jobs. The job market is not all that great within Vermont, and there are limited opportunities in certain areas. Salient features of the state's economy include agriculture, tourism, and small businesses, but big businesses or major industries are scarce. Well-specialized careers in technology, finance, or manufacturing will find this place providing fewer options. Either you have to commute to other states or have to pursue remote opportunities. Besides this, an aging population means fewer younger working individuals, which exacerbates labor shortages in industries. Such a place might not provide the economic growth or security you're looking for if it's important that you locate an area with a more dynamic job market or a high-paying opportunity. Vermont may seem to offer a simpler, more inexpensive way of life, but the truth is that living in the Green Mountain State comes with a high price tag. It has some of the highest taxes anywhere, including the highest property taxes. While these are lower than New York or Boston, housing costs remain high relative to the national average when considering just how rural this state is. Utilities can add substantially to the expenses, such as heating, also the general cost of goods and services. But its high tax burden also extends to its income taxes, ranking among the top 5 states that impose the highest state income tax rates. The state's sales tax may also bear upon the size of your budget, running up the cost of everyday things a little bit more. Living here to escape the high cost of living associated with urban areas may not consider the savings to be as huge. While overall this state is considered to be very friendly and easygoing, there are feelings of skepticism towards newcomers, particularly those from more urban sides. It is home to proud residents, sometimes referred to as Vermonters. They are proud of their small communities and rural lifestyles, but they are not always the quickest to open their arms to outsiders. The term Flatlander is used across the board for non-natives. This can be alienating for people accustomed to the anonymity of big city life or to instant friendships. It's also one of the least diverse states in the country. Vermont has a population that is very white, 61.6% to be exact. This may not be the place for someone who is looking for a rich cultural or ethnic tapestry. Of course, this is a negative factor for those who like to live with an advantage due to many different backgrounds and experiences. The lack of diversity at times affects even social life, whereby there would be fewer opportunities to engage in different kinds of cultural events, cuisines, or traditions. While it's peaceful and picturesque, the lack of diversity may make it less desirable for those seeking a more vibrant and multicultural atmosphere. For remote workers and those using the internet for work and entertainment, the lacking infrastructure of the internet has been a major drawback in this state. About 30% of the state lacks adequate broadband service. Despite the efforts to improve broadband access, large swaths of rural areas still lack high-speed internet access or find it prohibitively expensive. Some people have to drive to a local library or cafe just to get a strong enough signal to work or to connect with family. For those who have gotten used to doing everything online, this could be the one serious drawback to living here. While Vermont has a lot to offer in terms of natural beauty, peaceful living, and outdoor activities, it's not for everyone. So, before making the decision to move, it's important to weigh these potential drawbacks against the advantages to ensure that Vermont aligns with your lifestyle and needs. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to comment down your suggestions on this topic. Until next time, safe travels.